Jake here for American Muscle, and in this video I'm taking a look at the front bumper chin spoiler lip fitting various different models and gears of Charger. Now before we dive in too deep here, I want to take a moment to acknowledge that this does fit a bunch of different model and gear combinations of Charger. It's all detailed on the website, so make sure you double check that before you buy it. Now if you're looking for an easy way to add some aggressive style to your Charger, this chin spoiler is a great way to make that happen. It combines sleek good looks, solid construction for an affordable price, and it's sure to turn some heads out on the street. Chargers look pretty aggressive off the showroom floor. It's what Dodge intended for them. But a car that mean looking deserves a little extra something to set it off. And this chin spoiler is a perfect way to do exactly that. It has some nice edges and angles to it that complement the styling of the front end of the Charger quite well, and it's not just some tiny lip, it's a pretty big spoiler that works to accentuate and exaggerate the front end of the Charger in a way that looks like it could have possibly been a factory option. It does have some track-inspired styling though, and that continues to the edges of the lip where you're going to notice that the edges taper downwards. Gives a little bit more visual height to the front end of the car and gives it more of a race car sort of vibe. Now that's not to say that it will necessarily function as well as a splitter on a race car, but it's certainly going to help look the part. When it comes to construction, this is made from a durable, lightweight polypropylene, so it's got a little bit of give to it, which is exactly what you want for something that sits this low on the car. It's not going to shatter should it get hit with debris or a rock out on the road or any other sort of impact. It also comes finished out of the box in this matte black, so it can be mounted up right out of the box and look just right, or it can be painted whatever color you want to match or even contrast with your Charger's paint color, giving you a lot of flexibility in how you get it mounted up. Pricing wise, this is going to run you about $250, and that's really not too bad for a chin spoiler. Now you can certainly spend a lot more, go with something a bit more aggressive, something made of carbon fiber, but this is an excellent choice that still looks good and is very budget friendly as well, making it really a great fit for pretty much any type of build. Installation is also quite easy, and it's going to get a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter. Should only take you about an hour to install. Now this is definitely a job you can accomplish at home. You don't need to paint it, you don't need any special tools. It's just going to bolt right up basically underneath your front bumper. And to show you how to get it done, let's hand it over to one of our AM customers. Tools used in this install include a Phillips head screwdriver and an impact gun with a Phillips head bit on it.
I'm going to install the chin spoiler, and it should be a one-man job. So of course if you had a couple people it would be a lot easier. If you notice there's a couple tabs in the center of the spoiler, and that's going to go into 2 slots right underneath the front of the current spoiler. So we're going to put that on now, and we're going to tuck that under, and then we'll put the screws in. Nice thing about this, it's a very simple install. It adds a lot of look to the car, and it should be something that you actually can do pretty easily. If you put it up on jacks, it's going to be a lot easier, but of course you can do it without putting it on jacks too. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and tuck this in to the 2 slots underneath, and that's going to hold it in place for me a little bit. And once you get that into the slot, what I'm going to do is go up to the top side and make sure it's centered, and then I can put a couple screws in to hold it in place. So let's go ahead and make sure it's all lined up the way it looks here, and I'll take a look at the center and see how that looks for me. Okay, everything looks pretty centered. I'm going to make sure it fits on the side. Okay. Looks nice and lined. So now what we're going to do is put a couple screws in the center to hold it in place. We'll add the first screw up here. Nice thing about this is too, you actually don't have to You don't have to pre-drill any of the holes. You can actually just go ahead and line it up and drill right through everything. I got the first screw in. Now I'm going to check alignment. It's all looking good. Now we're going to go ahead and add another screw to hold it in place. Self-tapping screws so they go in fairly easily. Now we're going to check alignment one more time. Make sure everything's going into place where it belongs. That looks good on the top side. So now what we're going to do is add the screws on the side. And the nice thing about this, there's a little dimples and little dimples you can screw directly into. So we'll screw it into those. And we'll put in another one here. And we got the last one put in on the other side here. Like I say, it's a pretty simple install and it adds a lot of feel to the car. And the nice thing is there's stuff you have to remove before you do this install. Okay. Got the screws in. Take a look for alignment, make sure everything looks pretty good.
That's going to wrap it up here for our review and install of the front bumper chin spoiler lip fitting various different models and years of Charger. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, for all things Charger, be sure to keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.